Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope that you are doing really well at the moment. I wanted to have a little chat with you about life, about where I'm at, what I'm going through, what's going on all around us. A little weekly update, which I like to do. There's a lot going on at the moment all around us. There's a lot of shifting. And for me, there's a lot coming up to look at. I've had some huge breakthroughs about what I feel is like the next phase of my life work. I feel like there's been this deepening in this journey and it's unraveling, it's unfolding itself. And um, for many moons, I've worked with people and plants and connecting people into the earth, and that journey has got deeper and deeper, and it's still going deeper. But the next part of it is as we connect into the earth and as we connect into ourselves through food, the next logical step in that is connecting into the senses within our body, connecting into our pleasure, our pain, and sitting in those spaces. It's connecting into our base chakra, into that trauma, that wound that is there, but also into the pleasure that we can access from that spot. So what I feel my next phase in my journey is, and I've been kind of leading to this with the Wild Woman work I've been doing and the retreats I've been holding for the last few years, is a deepening of this understanding of the divine feminine principle and a deepening, going into the earth more, into the darkness. And from going into that darkness and that trauma and those wounds that we all hold, ancestral wounds, the wounds of the earth, the wounds of the feminine, the persecution, the betrayal, all of these wounds that sit within each and every one of us, and looking at those and holding them and transforming them. It's that alchemy, turning the lead into gold. And I feel like at the moment I'm holding a lot of lead that is being shifted. It's being processed into something beautiful that is unfolding. And part of that is this awakening energy of sexual desire, of sexually charged energy, which I'm working with conducting through my body, using it creatively, exploring it. And for me, the more we can awaken into this energy and the more we can use this to guide us, the more we can work from that space of deeper connection and deeper grounding, because ultimately this disconnection with the earth, this disconnection with ourself, when we have trauma, we disconnect in our base chakra, we turn off our pleasure area. So we need to activate that. We need to release these traumas, collective traumas, individual traumas, ancestral traumas. We need to release these. And I feel like this is the period of time where we're starting to really do this work, this dark shadow work. I personally am really going into that at the moment, this dark shadow work of trauma, and abuse on many levels. As I said, we're looking at all these different levels. It's not just personal, it's this collective, and holding that in the being and allowing that to move, to shift, to create beauty, to create magic, to create newness. Now, in that process, it's not always light, it's not always happy, it's not always fun. I've been doing a lot of wailing, wailing, releasing, clearing. And I've got a long way to go. I'm not coming to you at this from any point of higher being. I'm just talking from my heart. And that's what I'm working on doing more and more at the moment, is getting into my heart, getting out of my mind, getting into my heart, and speaking from a deeper place of love, from openness, from vulnerability. Because when we can speak from that deep vulnerability of the wound, then we can shift. Then we can really start our growth. We can really start to move and transform. And as I said, it's not an easy journey. And what I feel is happening within me is, as I create a larger container, as I pull my energy in, as I center myself and ground myself more deeply and open up, I'm creating more space. In that space, I can go higher and I can go lower. The higher is the bliss and the ecstasy, the lower is the real bloody pain. But through that, we can grow. So that is my journey. And in this process, so many insights and revelations are coming, and the desire to really start teaching on a deeper level this sacred sexuality. And that doesn't mean just with other people, it means with ourselves. It means, how can we harness our sexual energy and create that to be a beautiful alchemy, a beautiful initiation, a beautiful opening into the higher states of consciousness, into these higher realms. And so that's what I'm working with, transmuting, shifting, being as much as I can. And I don't always get it right. None of us do. We are learning. We're all learning, always. So this is what I'm bringing to the Wild Woman work, to the new course I'm creating, which I think is going to be in June, this sacred sexuality. Through my own experience, through my own growth, through this process that is happening. Because ultimately the teacher is always the student and the student is always the teacher. We're always learning and growing and learning and growing and learning and growing. And that is a beautiful, beautiful gift. But I really feel that stepping into this power, stepping into this deepening within ourselves is my work. And it's combining that with the plants, it's combining that with the meditation, it's combining it with the creative expression through art, through drama, through music, through singing, through dancing, whatever it is. And it's funny because, you know, I've done these things throughout my life. When I was a teenager, I went through a lot of depression and awakening. You know, it's this growth thing. And what did I do? I sang, I danced, I did drama, and I painted and wrote poetry. That was my life, that expression. And I moved away from those things. I moved away from a lot of it. And recently I've picked up a pen and paper and started drawing again as a creative expression, as a release. And yesterday I was in an angry place and there was a lot coming up last night, and I drew, I painted, I didn't paint, I coloured, drew. And it was such an amazing release and channel to transform and be able to hold and sit with this energy and not have to push it away, not have to release it through shouting, but to be able to create this alchemy. And this is what I am offering to the world, this process that I'm going through and sharing with you all now. And I hope it's helpful to you. And yeah, I will be doing another video about upcoming events and what's going on and going more into the Wild Woman stuff. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But lots of love. Have a beautiful weekend, and ultimately be kind to yourself and be kind to others. We're all going through it. Lots of love to you all.